Okay, I'm gonna see if I can show you how to, on this new site called Formative, and how to answer questions on it. So when you go to your Google Classroom, it will look something like this. I made this test class, and you're gonna click on the assignment and click on the link. It's gonna take you, oh, you're gonna have to go through some things. It will say log in, and just keep picking sign in with Google. Sign in with Google, and if you're, and pick your GCS email, and it should work. If you contact me right away so that I can give you some kind of code to get in. So it's going to look something like this. This is an Algebra 2 quiz, and every place there is a blue number is the problem that you need to do. So for this one, for number 1, you need to do number 1. So do this work on another sheet of paper. If you can't read it, you can click this zoom in up here and it will make it bigger, and then go back and it will show you the question over here on the right. So let's say, I'm not even going to do this question, but let's say the answer is something like m minus 3 over m plus 5. If you needed to write that, you would click this little keyboard over here, and you don't have to click the keyboard, I'm sorry. You can just use your regular keyboard, and you would have to use parentheses. So it would be m minus 5 divided by, if you hit the slash button, and then it would be m plus 3. Whoops, that's an equal. M plus 3. And then that. Okay? And that gives you the answer. If you write something like, if you just say m minus 5 slash m plus 3, it would look like this. So that's why you have to put the top in parentheses if you want to do it that way. If you want to click this little keyboard thing over at the side, you can use this X with a slash, and then you can just type it m minus 5 and then click underneath and do m plus 3 or something like that. Okay, so that's how you do fractions like that. If you need to do a square root, like let's say it was, your answer was the square root of 2 over 3. Then you're going to click this little keyboard, and here's the square root button, and you would say square root of 2, and then you have to click outside of the square root slash over 2, something like that. Or you can say the square root of x plus 3, then click outside of it, divided by 2, something like that. Okay, if you need to use a squared, you can use the x squared right here. You'd have to put the, I did that wrong. You'd have to put the variable first. Like let's say the answer is m squared minus 1. So m, and then you would hit the squared, and then minus 1. So something like that. If it was not, sorry about that. I don't know why I did that. If it was not a squared, then you could use the x with the gray box at the top. So you could say x cubed or something like that. If you needed to do a subscript, then you could do, this might be something like chemistry. If we needed to write O2 for oxygen, or what else will you use in here? For some reason, they have a sign.
but they don't have cosine or anything else. So if your answer, especially for pre-calc, like let's say it was the square root of 2 cosine of 30, and there's a little degree sign down here if you want to use it. You don't have to. Plus the square root of 2 sine 30. So you can do something like that. So anything like that. The only other thing that I'm going to tell you about is the greater than and the less than signs. I don't know why there's not a not equal to sign, but I haven't figured that out yet. But if you wanted to write x is greater than here, or here's less than or equal to, if you click it, oops. If you wanted it just to be less than, click the less than or equal to button and then hit delete. It takes that away, takes the equal to sign away. So you could say x is less than 3 or something like that. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions with how to take a test like this. Only do the problems that have blue dots by them. Okay. For pre-calc, let me show you a pre-calc assignment. Maybe I don't have a pre-calc assignment on here. I guess I don't. Nope, I don't. So for pre-calc, if you have for vectors, you know how we use those little pointy parentheses around them. I haven't really figured out those. I guess you could use a less than and a greater than sign, but you also can just use parentheses for right now. When you are writing a vector for a test on here, I even write that in the directions that you can just use regular old parentheses for vectors. So let me know if you have any questions on how to use this.